Vita, day 25, danger. What is the most dangerous situation that I have put myself in? I told you the other day about when I was in Colorado and I was young and we got caught in a blizzard and I thought that my blood pressure was going to freeze. And really, take blood pressure temperature very seriously. I'm not kidding, guys. But I don't really think that was one of the most dangerous situations I've put myself in. It's just one of my overdramatic moments, of which I have had many in my life. So I'm going to tell you 3 stories and I will let you decide. Story the first. I went on a humanitarian aid trip to Ethiopia when I was in college. We were there for about 3 weeks. While we were there, I purchased a painting from a restaurant that we ate at. In order to get the painting home, obviously I couldn't really take it on the airplane with me. It happened to be on a mirror, which if you're ever traveling, that's a stupid thing to purchase something on because you have to ship it back and you have to make sure that it won't break, so don't ever do that. But anyway, I had to ship it back, so I was walking around with one of our interpreters who was taking me to a DHL location so I could get it shipped back. Well, he talked to one of the security guards, all of whom had AK-47s, and I don't know what was said, but eventually we started walking around this gate. So we're walking around the gate and we're walking towards this building, and all of a sudden there is all kinds of shouting behind us, and 3 or 4 men were running at us and pointing AK-47s at us, and our interpreter turned around and he grabbed me and he said, "Stop," and we stopped, and they're running and shouting and pointing AK-47s at our faces, and I still don't really know what happened. The interpreter wouldn't tell me. Clearly there was a misunderstanding somewhere along the line, but that was a pretty scary situation. Story the second. Back in Colorado, my grandparents' cabin, we were there during the summer this time, so I didn't have to worry about my blood pressure freezing, but we were riding 4-wheelers, and there were only a certain number of 4-wheelers, and there were more of us than we had 4-wheelers. Also, one of the 4-wheelers was smaller and only 2-wheel drive. So being the nice person that I am, I decided I would take that one and let my older brother and cousins take the larger, more beefy ones because I don't usually do crazy stuff anyway. So we're going along this trail along the side of this mountain, and one of my tires hits this huge rock and it actually launches my 4-wheeler off the trail, and there I am pointed down the mountain. I'm probably 200 feet from the cliff, and my little 2-wheel drive 4-wheeler is having trouble turning back upwards on the mountain to get back on the trail. So I put on the brakes and I'm still sliding down the mountain and I'm fighting this thing, and we're getting closer and closer to the edge, and finally my tires got purchase and I turned and I putted a little bit up the mountain, got back on the trail, and we were okay. And story the third, also at my grandparents' cabin in Colorado. I was in 4th grade, the summer before 5th grade, and they had a rope swing on a tree just over this little 2-foot drop-off. So I said, "Hey everybody, you want to go watch me crash and burn on the rope swing?" Just making a joke. A few people came outside with me, and I grabbed the stick on the end of the rope and I went running and I jumped, and about that time the rope popped around a knot that it apparently had gotten stuck on close to the top of the tree, and it jerked me off and I fell and broke my leg in 2 places, and apparently I let out a blood-curdling scream that I don't remember, and the neighbors were rushing over suddenly and the rest of the people there were rushing over suddenly, and yep, broke my leg at the top of a mountain. It took probably 2 hours to get to the hospital. Not fun times. So there are 3 stories of 3 dangerous situations that I put myself in, and we will see you tomorrow.